Hey, Robin Robbins here, founder of technologymarketingtoolkit.com, and in this video I want to share with you 3 really key tips that's going to help you close more sales when you're selling managed services, IT services, outsourced IT support. And where this came from was actually at the roadshow. I had somebody even write to me in an email after the roadshow saying this discussion that happened at the roadshow that was kicked off by a question somebody in the audience asked was the most valuable discussion of the entire 2 days. And I've heard that over and over again from a lot of people, and I thought, you know, that sounds like a really good blog tip. So I decided to just shoot this quick video and give you this discussion. So the question that kicked everything off was, how can I close more sales? And the person who asked the question was dealing with, you know, the usual price resistance and stalls and delays and haggling over price. And of course, why do I need a managed contract? Why can't I just go break fix like I've done in the past? You know, the usual things. And so we started talking about what she was doing and how we could improve it. So tip number 1 is that you never want to email proposals. Now, if you think about it, your proposal is the single best value that you can offer to a customer. You've gone in, you've assessed their situation, hopefully you've looked at what they want to achieve, or you discussed that with them, and you know their goals, you know what the problems have been, and your proposal is not just a quote for computer services. Well, it might be if that's the way you look at it, but it should be, here's the solution to the problems that you're having in your business. It is the highest and should be the best value that you offer. It's the framework, it's the strategy to how we're going to solve your business problems. By emailing it, you degrade it to just a quote, first of all, so there's no value. And second of all, when a prospect gets a proposal via email, what's the first thing they do? You know it. They open it up, they look right at the price, and then they go, ooh, they have that sticker shock because they haven't read through anything. There's been no value build, there's been no explanation, and then you play that really needy and embarrassing game of calling and saying, hey, sent the proposal, just wondering if you had any questions. That's your way of saying, you know, I'm ready, just want to know if you want to buy. You know, you just don't ask it that way. You try and be cool and say, hey, I want to know if you had any questions. You know what, if they had questions, they'd call you. It's the stupidest way to follow up. My suggestion is, when you go in and you assess their network, but you schedule the next appointment, you say, look, I'm going to come back with my report of findings, whatever, if you're running diagnostics and so forth, I'm going to come back with my report of findings, and we're going to discuss my solution and what's best and a right fit for you. So you schedule that second appointment before you even leave. And you never email a proposal. And if a client asks you to email it, you can just say, I can't, that's not how we work. The other tip that I'll give you is, you never use a proposal to close a sale. And here's what I mean by that. So many people, they meet with the prospect, they ask them about their needs, their wants, their everything, but they tap dance around pricing, and they never even bring it up. And you know, when you go into a prospect, by and large, you know what it's going to cost to support their network, right? I mean, just based on what you see, the number of workstations, servers, what they've got going on, what they're saying they want, in general, you know what you're going to charge that client. Now, it might not be exact again, but you have a general idea. And I think a big mistake a lot of people do is they never discuss price until they email the proposal, and then of course the whole thing goes to hell in a handbasket, right? So what I'm saying is, you should never write a proposal to close a sale. The proposal should be a summary of what you've already discussed with the prospect. So you should have already discussed what they need, what they want, what their budget is, what resources, the time frame. If someone says, okay, put together a proposal, my mentor Jim Camp, who wrote the book Start With No, he's an amazing man when it comes to negotiations, top-notch guy. I recommend his books. But one of the things that Jim taught me to say when someone says, well, give me a proposal, I'll say, well, what do you want me to have it say? So again, a proposal should just simply be a summary of what you've already discussed. And that way there's no surprises, and you know in advance, before you put all the work into creating a proposal, whether or not they're actually going to buy. And the third tip I've got for you is that if you're having to close really hard when you're in the meeting with a prospect, or you're getting resistance, or they're ignoring you, they're blocking you, they're not returning your calls, you're not getting the love back, and you know what I mean, it's just, you can't figure it out. They have some like hidden agenda, or they're blocking you, they're screening you. It's been really difficult. If you're dealing with a lot of objections in the sales process, here's the third tip, is that your marketing is flawed. And that's a lot of what we covered at the Roadshow, was how do you use your marketing to pre-sell, pre-qualify, and predispose the people that you meet with to do business with you. I mean, you need selling, but marketing is what's going to position you when you go in the door. And if the lead is not generated properly, if the marketing is flawed in the beginning, it's going to be really hard to close. You're going to be getting appointments with people who are just really not interested, who are cheap, whiny, pain in the butt people nobody else wants to serve. So your marketing is what helps you in your sales process. So if you're having a hard time closing, your marketing is flawed. And that's why I want you to come to the Roadshow. And I've put the URL up here, itmarketingroadshow.com. You can go ahead and register. It's free. If you're a client of mine, it's absolutely free. There's a $100 refundable deposit. And of course, like I said, it's refundable. We give it back when you show up. And if you're not a client, it's $299. So it's really nothing. So I would suggest that you come and you register and you hang out with me for 2 days, because we're going to talk about how do you do marketing, the right kind of marketing, so that the people that you meet with are the right sweet spot clients that you want in the first place, that they're predisposed to doing business with you, that the objections are handled. Most of the frequently asked questions are handled in advance. You're positioned properly, because a lot of people, the way they market, they actually position themselves as just computer repair guys, like a plumber or an electrician. And when you position yourself that way, you're not going to get the respect that you deserve. You're not going to get the quality of leads that you want. You're going to get shopped on price. So a lot of the problems you're having with selling is because your marketing is not done right. And I'm going to take 2 days and I'm going to give you my best material full of examples. There's a big workbook you're going to take home with full of examples, even web examples, direct mail, all kinds of examples. The PowerPoints are full of real world case studies and examples, again, that you can all take home and implement immediately in your business. And as you're watching this video right now, we're quickly coming up on the Orlando one, which is next week, and then we've got DC and we've got Chicago. So make an investment in yourself, okay? Come to the Roadshow. You will not be disappointed. Feedback has been phenomenal. So if you're on the page and you're watching the video here, obviously just click on the page. But if you're watching this on YouTube or some of our other web portals, then go to itmarketingroadshow.com and register now, because I'm not going to be doing this again soon. So I hope to see you there.